Hi Muffins! Welcome to my kitchen and thank you so much for tuning in. I recently shared my cream cheese frosting recipe with you guys. And what better treat than a 2-layer red velvet cake to smother that sweet cream cheese goodness all over. It's super moist and has that perfect but subtle cocoa flavor that we all love baked right into it. I honestly can't even count how many of these cakes I make this time of the year. It's the perfect cake for the year's end festivities. So if you want to see how I make my 2-layer red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, then please stay tuned.
Before you begin, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, spray 2 8-inch round cake pans with a non-stick baking spray. Line the bottom of each pan with parchment paper and set aside. The ingredients you'll need are 2½ cups of cake flour, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Sift these together and set aside. You'll also need 1½ cups of white sugar, 2 room temperature eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1½ cups of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of red food coloring, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. In a large mixing bowl, combine your sugar and your eggs and mix until well combined. In a separate bowl, combine your vegetable oil, white vinegar, and your red food coloring. Add these ingredients to your egg and sugar batter and mix until well combined. Next, you'll add your flour mixture and buttermilk, a little at a time, to the egg and sugar batter, being sure to mix after each addition. The most important thing is to start and end with the flour. Turn your mixer off, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and give it one last good mix. Next, you'll want to evenly distribute your batter between the 2 cake pans. I like to do this with an ice cream scooper to make sure that each pan has the same amount of scoops. Once that's done, tap your cake pans on your countertop to get rid of any air bubbles and bake in the oven for 25 to 28 minutes, or until a cake tester is inserted in the center and comes out clean. Once your cakes have baked and are fully cooled, you'll notice that the tops may be rounded. If so, take a serrated knife and carve off the domed tops so that both of your layers are flat. Using your hands, crumble one of the domed tops in a small bowl and set it aside. In my opinion, cream cheese frosting is the only frosting that should ever go on a red velvet cake. I'll leave a link to my cream cheese frosting tutorial in the description box below. To assemble your cake, place some of your frosting on a cake board. This will act as a glue to hold the bottom layer of your cake in place. Next, place your first layer of cake in the center of the cake board and press down firmly. Pipe a generous amount of frosting on top of the first layer and add your second layer on top. Press down firmly and make sure that it's leveled. Use some more frosting to fill in any gaps between the 2 cake layers, and use the excess frosting to lightly cover the entire cake. Add frosting as needed to make sure the cake is fully covered with a light coating of cream cheese frosting. Any loose cake crumbs will get caught in what we call the crumb coat. This will keep crumbs out of our final layer of frosting and will keep the cake looking neat. Once your crumb coat is complete, place your cake in the refrigerator and let it set for at least 20 minutes. Once your crumb coat has set, place a generous amount of frosting over the entire cake and smooth it out using a cake scraper or a knife. Make sure to generously cover the entire cake with frosting. For a final touch, I added some swirls of frosting around the entire border of the top of the cake. You can do the same or keep it simple. Lastly, take those cake crumbs you set aside earlier and sprinkle them over the top of your cake for a pop of color. And there you have it, 2-layer red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. This is definitely one of my faves.
And that's it, my 2-layer red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. The holiday season is the perfect time to try this recipe out on your family and friends. The full list of ingredients can be found down in the description box and of course on the blog at karrahgermain.com. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below so I know you watched. And don't forget to subscribe for more recipes and tutorials. I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay sweet.